The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
What that basically means is, the rewards people earn, the networks they support are protected against future quantum attacks, which isn't an issue today, but over the next 5 to 10 years, as quantum becomes much more mainstream, will become increasingly more important.
Welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Dominic Carosa. He is the chairman of Blockmate Ventures. And Dominic, good to see you again. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on the program, Steve.
Yeah, so one of your investees, which is Havelo, has announced today about some security around the system. We'll talk about that in just a second. But for those not familiar with Havelo, tell me a bit about the company.
So Havelo is a deep in aggregation platform. It's a simple app that lets users around the world earn from their spare computing resources, whether it's CPU, GPU, effectively generating passive income by sharing their computer, and basically with a few clicks. And the way it works from a Blockmate perspective is Blockmate is the major shareholder in Havelo.
Okay, so you've partnered with Narrow. So tell me a bit about this company, and from what I understand, this is the world's first time you'll be able to do this as far as your platform is concerned.
Absolutely. We've partnered with Narus Protocol, and it basically makes Havelo the world's first quantum resistant deep in earning platform. It's a bit of a mouthful, but super, super important. What that basically means is, the rewards people earn, the networks they support are protected against future quantum attacks, which isn't an issue today, but over the next 5 to 10 years, as quantum becomes much more mainstream, will become increasingly more important. And from an investor's perspective, it's really just about de-risking the value layer and importantly, putting Havelo one step ahead of all the other deep in players, both in terms of security and compliance. So, super important for us as an organization.
Dominic, was the company looking around at what you've seen in other cybercrime areas and just how sophisticated everything is, and sort of, as you mentioned, getting ahead of the game? That's really what this is about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Havelo's been around, been live for about 12 months. We've got a growing set of DP networks already integrated onto our platform, so people can earn from sharing their storage, their bandwidth, their compute through a single, really simple to use interface. And we're also got our token listed on major exchanges like Gate, MEXC, Bing X. So we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes in terms of building the company and building the product.
What's been the reaction so far? I know it's just been announced, but what's been the reaction? I'm sure you're getting lots inbound.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really good calls this morning from not only investors but also some other companies in the space. And yeah, we've got a lot planned for Havelo and ultimately for Blockmate.
Absolutely. Tell us what's next. Tell me sort of what people can look for in the future here.
Yeah, and so from a pure Havelo perspective, the next phase for us is letting our users, our customers, tap into cloud infrastructure directly. And what I mean by that is allowing them to buy GPU compute, which is used for AI compute these days, and also Bitcoin mining power in the cloud. Without any technical knowledge. And so this basically means that people are able to effectively buy both GPU and Bitcoin in the cloud from Havelo without any technical knowledge or without any capex, earned from that particular GPU compute, and ultimately what Havelo basically becomes is a passive front end for deep in and compute moving forward. And so ultimately it's really providing a disparate distribution layer for GPU and Bitcoin hash power, all within a sort of quantum resistant security wrapper. So once again, it's just giving our consumers another way to generate further income. And there'll be further announcements over the next 1 or 2 quarters specifically around this.
All right, we look forward to more on that. Dominic, thanks so much. Great update, and good to see you again.
Thank you.
Dominic Carosa, the chairman of Blockmate Ventures.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors, or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.